Mobile devices keep updating their systems every year to advance the usability of the company's products. Everybody is always addicted to use phones by using them for media, entertainment, networking, information, and more. When I was 11, I got my first phone. It was a used iPhone 5 that my parents gave me, which I was using in the 6th grade. I had a location tracker app on my phone that my parents saw the activity of my location. Having a phone is a big deal because it means that you aren't a kid anymore and you're entering into the adult world. Really discover the problem of what is the age for kids to receive their first phone. The solution is kids are walking to school or driving with someone else parent, then they are ready for a phone. Having a conversation with the child about the value of a phone, whether it being your parent or guardian. Let's embark on the problem of what is the appropriate age for kids to receive their first phone. The problem is that there is a bit going should having their first phone. Kids are being deeply influenced by their friends when they see them having a phone and they don't. According to the Forbes Health, the article was the best age for a child's first phone. Talks about reasons of what is the right age to give a kid a phone. Research suggests that 42% of U.S. kids have a phone at age 10. By age 14, smartphone ownership climbs to 91%. In the New York Times article, what's the right age for a kids to a smartphone, which talks about the benefits and non-benefits of when to a child have access to a smartphone. I think that age is going to trend even younger because parents are tired of handing their smartphone to their children. See, Debroff, Chief Executive of Influence Center. Even children younger than 7 years old are having full access to technology and smartphones at a younger age. In an article journal, Parenting in the iPhone Age, Yin Yang Yang, messages on how to cope, which might help with parents who are dealing with kids that have iPhones at this time. When kids old enough to navigate their communities without supervision, Riley recommends buying them a flip phone or even just a watch instead of a smartphone. In New York Times, if child a phone addict discusses the problematic issue of how kids are becoming more addicted to their phones every day. Parents sometimes hand down their old iPhones as a first phone for a child in elementary school. I encourage parents to get their kids flip phones first and wait until they have developed overall bits before giving them a smartphone. As I got older, I transitioned from a used iPhone into an Android phone that I started using in high school. The objection is that if kids are asking for a phone, just hand them to them. Don't have limitations of when they can have full access to technology. Solution is if your child is walking to school or driving with someone else besides their parent, then they are ready for a phone. Number one priority for a parent is to know that their child is safe and know that they are in a safe place with someone with who they trust. In the article written by the Cleveland Clinic called "Is My Child Ready for a Smartphone?" talks about when to give a child a smartphone, with determining the child's maturity and the independence of their own child. Dr. Hornick, if your child is spending a lot of time outside of the house, like if they're on a team at school or they have regular after-school lessons and they are becoming more independent, a smartphone might be a good idea. Once I started the 6th grade, I got a used iPhone, parents, but the real reason was because of my safety. When giving a phone to a child is important for them because of them either walking to school, doing social activities with their friends, or even with just driving with someone else. When not giving a child a phone, is it because of not good behavior or independency? Over the years of observing a child might determine whether or not to get your child a smartphone. Parents should have a deep conversation with the child about the value of a phone, whether being a parent or guardian. Children should be mentally prepared before having the ability to be full to use a phone. Let's review the problem of was the appropriate age for kids to receive their first phone. The solution is that if kids are walking to school or driving with someone else without their parent, then they are ready for a phone. When the time is right, a child should have a deep conversation with a parent or guardian about the value of a phone. Even though I didn't have a deep conversation with my parents about the value of a phone, but the real reason was because of my safety. Children should enjoy their childhood before entering into the world of technology. Thank you.